In Japan, we have a simple yet profound practice called Nembutsu, and at its heart is the phrase Namu Amida Butsu. This phrase has been recited by millions over centuries, offering a gateway to peace and spiritual connection. But what does it truly mean, and why does it matter to people today? The words Namu Amida Butsu can be translated as I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Amida Buddha, or Amitabha in Sanskrit, represents infinite light and boundless compassion. In Buddhist teachings, Amida Buddha made a vow to guide all beings to enlightenment, no matter their situation or past mistakes. This universal compassion is what gives Namu Amida Butsu its deep meaning. By reciting Namu Amida Butsu, we are not just saying words. We are making a spiritual connection with Amida Buddha's vow. It's an acknowledgement of our human struggles, our imperfections, our worries, and a reminder that we are not alone. In a world where we often feel isolated or overwhelmed, this simple act can be profoundly healing. Historically, the practice of Nembutsu was not limited to monks or scholars. It was embraced by ordinary people, farmers, merchants, and even those who couldn't read or write. Why? Because it is accessible to everyone. You don't need elaborate rituals or deep intellectual understanding to recite Namu Amida Butsu. What matters most is your sincerity, your heartfelt intention. Some people may wonder, is it just a chant? Is it like a mantra? The answer is both yes and no. While Namu Amida Butsu can calm the mind like a mantra, its purpose goes beyond mindfulness. It is an expression of trust and gratitude. Trust in the infinite compassion of Amida Buddha and gratitude for the guidance that leads us through life's challenges. In essence, Nembutsu is about remembering that even in our struggles, there is light. It reminds us that we are connected to something greater than ourselves, something vast and compassionate. This is just the beginning of our exploration. Let us now look at how this simple yet powerful practice became so central to Japanese Buddhism. To understand the significance of Nembutsu, we must look back at its journey through history. The practice of Nembutsu is deeply rooted in Japanese Buddhism, especially within the teachings of the Pure Land School, or Jodoshu. This tradition emphasizes faith in Amida Buddha and the recitation of Namu Amida Butsu as a path to enlightenment. The origins of Nembutsu go back to India, where the concept of Amitabha Buddha first emerged. From there, the teachings spread to China, and eventually they arrived in Japan during the 6th century. However, it wasn't until the 12th century that Nembutsu truly flourished, thanks to the efforts of two influential monks, Honen and Shinran. Honen, the founder of the Pure Land School, brought a revolutionary idea to Japanese Buddhism. He lived during a time of social unrest and spiritual uncertainty. Many people felt unworthy of enlightenment because they lacked the time, resources, or knowledge to engage in complex Buddhist practices. Honen taught that salvation through Amida Buddha was accessible to all, regardless of status or ability. His teachings encouraged people to focus solely on reciting Namu Amida Butsu with sincerity, as this alone could lead them to the Pure Land, a realm of enlightenment and peace. Honen's disciple, Shinran, built upon this foundation and established the true Pure Land School, or Jodo Shinshu. Shinran emphasized that Nembutsu was not a practice to earn merit or gain enlightenment through personal effort. Instead, it was an act of trusting completely in Amida Buddha's vow. He taught that even ordinary people, with all their flaws and doubts, could be embraced by Amida's compassion. This radical inclusivity made Nembutsu especially appealing to the common people of Japan. Over time, Nembutsu became more than just a religious practice. It became a cultural cornerstone, influencing Japanese literature, art, and even the way people approach life and death. From medieval times to the present, the phrase Namu Amida Butsu has been recited at funerals, in times of hardship, and during moments of gratitude. Understanding this history helps us see why Nembutsu has endured for so long. It speaks to the universal human need for hope and connection, offering a simple yet profound way to navigate life's challenges. Now, let us explore the deeper spiritual meaning of Namu Amida Butsu and why it continues to resonate with so many. At first glance, Namu Amida Butsu might seem like a simple phrase, but its spiritual depth is profound. It is not just words we recite. It is a reflection of our inner journey and a bridge to something far greater than ourselves. The phrase begins with Namu, which means I take refuge or I entrust myself. This is a declaration of humility and trust. By saying Namu, we recognize our limitations as human beings. Life is full of uncertainties, and we often struggle with doubt, fear, and attachment. Namu is our way of saying, I cannot do this alone. I entrust myself to a higher power. Next is Amida Butsu, referring to Amida Buddha. As I mentioned earlier, Amida Buddha embodies infinite light and boundless compassion. Light, in this context, symbolizes wisdom, the ability to see things as they truly are. Compassion, on the other hand, represents unconditional acceptance and care for all beings. Together, these qualities make Amida Buddha a source of spiritual guidance and comfort. When we say Namu Amida Butsu, we are opening our hearts to this light and compassion. It is an act of surrender, not in the sense of giving up, but in letting go of our ego and trusting in the greater wisdom of Amida. This trust is central to the practice of Nembutsu. It is not about achieving perfection or fixing all our flaws. It is about accepting that we are already embraced by infinite compassion, just as we are. For many, this realization is transformative. In a world that often judges us based on success, wealth, or appearance, Namu Amida Butsu reminds us that our worth is not measured by these things. It tells us that we are inherently valuable and deeply loved, even when we make mistakes or feel lost. The recitation of Namu Amida Butsu also cultivates a sense of gratitude. When we acknowledge Amida's compassion, we begin to see the many ways in which we are supported in life, by others, by nature, and by the universe itself. This gratitude can bring a sense of peace and resilience, even in difficult times. In essence, Namu Amida Butsu is both a prayer and a practice. It is a way to align ourselves with the flow of compassion and wisdom that exists all around us. Each time we recite it, we reconnect with that light, no matter how dark our circumstances may seem. In the next part, we will explore how to bring this practice into our daily lives, making it a meaningful part of our modern experience. Practicing Nembutsu doesn't require a temple a formal ceremony, or special tools. It is a practice that fits into the flow of everyday life. Whether you are at home, at work, or walking outside, you can recite Namu Amida Butsu with a sincere heart and open mind. The beauty of Nembutsu lies in its simplicity. There are no complicated techniques or strict rules. What matters most is your intention. You can start by finding a quiet moment in your day, perhaps in the morning, when you wake up, or at night before you sleep. Take a deep breath and softly say, Namu Amida Butsu. Focus on the words and let them settle in your heart. But Nembutsu is not limited to quiet moments. You can recite Namu Amida Butsu anytime, anywhere. When you feel stressed, when you face a challenge, or when you are simply grateful for a meal or a sunny day. These are all perfect moments to practice. By doing so, Nembutsu becomes a natural part of your life. Like a close companion you can always rely on, some people find it helpful to establish a rhythm. For example, you might repeat Namu Amida Butsu several times as you breathe in and out. This can calm your mind and create a sense of stability, especially during moments of anxiety or uncertainty. Others may prefer to recite it silently in their hearts, carrying the phrase with them as they go about their day. For those who enjoy structure, you can dedicate specific times for Nembutsu practice. For instance, you might set aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly, light a candle, and reflect on the compassion of Amida Buddha. You could even use a yusu, a string of Buddhist prayer beads, to count your recitations, which can help you focus. Beyond individual practice, Nembutsu can also be shared with others. In Japan, it is common for families to gather in front of a small home altar, called a Butsudan, to recite Namu Amida Butsu together. This creates a sense of unity and mutual support. If you don't have a Butsudan, you can simply gather with loved ones or friends and practice in a way that feels natural. The key to making Nembutsu meaningful is sincerity. It's not about how many times you recite Namu Amida Butsu or whether you do it perfectly. It's about opening your heart, even if only for a moment, to the boundless compassion of Amida Buddha. Over time, this practice can transform the way you see yourself and the world around you. As we continue, we will address some common misunderstandings about Nembutsu and clarify its true essence. Let's uncover the deeper truths behind this simple yet profound practice. As simple as Nembutsu may seem, it is often misunderstood. These misconceptions can create barriers for people who might otherwise find peace and meaning in the practice. Let's take a moment to address some of the most common misunderstandings about Namu Amida Butsu and clarify its true essence. One common question is Nembutsu a magic spell? The answer is no. Nembutsu is not about chanting words to gain special powers or immediate results. It is not a formula for good luck or a shortcut to solving life's problems. Instead, Nembutsu is a spiritual practice, a way of connecting with Amida Buddha's compassion and wisdom. It's about cultivating a sense of trust and gratitude, not seeking quick fixes. Another misunderstanding is the idea that Nembutsu is only for monks or religious people. This could not be further from the truth. In Japan, Nembutsu has always been a practice for everyone. from scholars to farmers, rich to poor, young to old. It requires no special qualifications, rituals, or advanced knowledge. All you need is sincerity. Whether you are deeply religious or simply searching for peace, Nembutsu is open to all. Some people think, if I recite Nembutsu, will I go to the Pure Land when I die? While the Pure Land is an important part of the tradition, the essence of Nembutsu is not focused solely on the afterlife. It is about how we live here and now. By practicing Nembutsu, we align ourselves with Amida Buddha's compassion, which can guide us through life's challenges and bring us peace in this very moment. The Pure Land, in many interpretations, can be understood as a state of spiritual awakening, a place of clarity and connection, both in life and beyond. There is also a misconception that Nembutsu requires blind faith. Some worry that they must fully believe in Amida Buddha or understand every aspect of the teachings to practice Nembutsu. This is not the case. Nembutsu is not about eliminating doubt. It's about accepting your humanity, including your doubts and struggles. Even if you feel uncertain, reciting Namu Amida Butsu can still open your heart to compassion and gratitude. Lastly, some people think, reciting Nembutsu is enough. I don't need to do anything else. While Nembutsu is a powerful practice, it is not meant to replace ethical living, kindness, or responsibility. Instead, it complements these values. When we sincerely practice Nembutsu, it naturally inspires us to act with more compassion, patience, and humility in our daily lives. By addressing these misunderstandings, we can see Nembutsu for what it truly is, a simple, universal practice that connects us to the infinite light and compassion of Amida Buddha. In the final part, let's explore how Nembutsu remains relevant in the modern world and why it continues to matter today. In today's fast-paced and often chaotic world, the practice of Nembutsu, reciting Namu Amida Butsu, holds a timeless relevance. While it originated centuries ago, its essence speaks to the universal human experience, making it just as meaningful now as it was in the past. Modern life brings unique challenges, constant stress, feelings of isolation, and an overwhelming sense of uncertainty. Many people search for peace and stability, but the noise of daily life can make it hard to find. In this context, Nembutsu offers a sanctuary, a moment to pause, reflect, and reconnect with something greater than ourselves. One reason Nembutsu is so powerful is its simplicity. Unlike many modern self-help strategies that require complex steps or expensive tools, all you need for Nembutsu is your voice, or even just your thoughts. Whether you are commuting on a busy train, waiting in line, or sitting quietly at home, you can recite Namu Amida Butsu and create a sense of calm within yourself. Beyond personal peace, Nembutsu fosters a sense of connection. In today's world, where technology often creates distance rather than closeness, the act of reciting Namu Amida Butsu reminds us of our interconnectedness. By trusting in Amida Buddha's compassion, we recognize that we are part of a larger web of life. This perspective can reduce feelings of isolation and help us approach others with more kindness and understanding. Nembutsu also offers a way to navigate life's uncertainties. In modern times, we are often told to be in control of everything, to plan every detail, and solve every problem. But the reality is, life is unpredictable. Nembutsu teaches us to trust in the boundless compassion of Amida Buddha, especially when we face challenges beyond our control. It allows us to let go of unnecessary worry and find peace in the present moment. Furthermore, Nembutsu resonates with the values many of us hold dear today: inclusivity, compassion, and gratitude. It is a practice open to everyone, regardless of background, beliefs, or abilities. It reminds us to approach life with a grateful heart, finding beauty even in small moments. In a world that often focuses on material success, Nembutsu shifts our attention to inner fulfillment. As we look to the future, the practice of Nembutsu can be a bridge between tradition and modernity. It preserves the wisdom of the past while addressing the needs of the present. By integrating it into our lives, we can find not only personal peace, but also a way to contribute to a more compassionate and harmonious world. In the end, Namu Amida Butsu is not just a phrase, it is a living practice, a timeless reminder of the infinite light and compassion that surround us. Whether we are navigating the challenges of daily life or searching for deeper meaning, Nembutsu continues to offer a path to peace, connection, and spiritual awakening. As we reach the end of this exploration of Nembutsu and the phrase Namu Amida Butsu, I hope you have found some inspiration or insight to carry with you. This practice, rooted in compassion and gratitude, has brought peace to countless lives over centuries. It is a reminder that even in challenging times, we are not alone, and there is always light to guide us forward. If you found this video meaningful, it would mean a lot if you could take a moment to give it a like. Your support helps share these teachings with others who might also benefit from them. Additionally, if you are interested in more content about mindfulness, spiritual practices, or insights from Japanese Buddhism, please consider subscribing to this channel. By doing so, you will stay connected and be notified when new videos are available. Thank you for spending your time here today. May the light and compassion of Amida Buddha bring peace to your heart and mind, wherever you may be. Namu Amida Butsu.